Before anything else, we need to slow down and separate emotion from verification. There is no confirmed public evidence that Savannah Guthrie's mother has been abducted, no verified ransom deadline, and no documented private video call in which Anderson Cooper revealed hidden family dynamics. When real people are named in high-stakes narratives involving disappearance, ransom, or psychological exposure, accuracy matters deeply. It is easy for detailed storytelling to feel true, especially when it includes timestamps, emotional pauses, and insider accounts. But vivid detail is not the same as documented fact. Rather than amplify unverified claims, what we can do responsibly is explore the powerful emotional themes underneath this story: mother-daughter bonds, public composure, inherited expectations, and the private cost of strength. Those themes are real, relatable, and meaningful without attaching them to events that have not been confirmed. Why stories like this feel so convincing? Narratives like this resonate because they combine familiarity with vulnerability. Viewers feel connected to trusted anchors they see daily, whether on Today or on Anderson Cooper 360 Degrees. Morning and evening news personalities enter our homes regularly. Their tone feels intimate, their presence feels steady. So when a story suggests hidden turmoil behind that composure, it triggers curiosity and empathy at once. Add the idea of a private confession shared among respected journalists, and the emotional stakes rise even higher. It feels like privileged access to truth. But it's important to recognize how storytelling techniques build that feeling. Specific times, described facial expressions, whispered final sentences. These elements create atmosphere. They do not replace verification. Media literacy means appreciating emotional storytelling while still asking, gently but firmly, where is the confirmation, public strength, and private reality? One of the most compelling threads in your narrative is the contrast between visible composure and imagined internal struggle. It's a powerful idea that someone can appear calm while carrying enormous emotional weight. But that idea is universal. It doesn't require a specific crisis to be meaningful. Professional broadcasters are trained to regulate emotion on camera. Clarity and steadiness are part of the job description. That does not mean they feel less. It means they manage expression differently. Some people cry openly under stress. Others grow quieter and more focused. Neither response is more authentic than the other. Assigning deep psychological motives to composure can sometimes say more about our expectations than about the person we're observing. Calmness is not necessarily suppression. Sometimes it is discipline, experience, or simply personality. The mother-daughter dynamic, we recognize where this story truly connects, is in its portrayal of a demanding but loving parent shaping a high-achieving child. Many adults carry echoes of their upbringing long into middle age. A mother who valued resilience may raise a daughter who equates strength with safety. A parent who survived hardship might teach toughness as protection. That doesn't automatically make the love conditional. Often it reflects fear that the world will not be gentle. Children raised in that environment may grow into exceptionally capable adults. They may also struggle to display vulnerability publicly. That dynamic is common and deeply human, but it becomes speculation when assigned as confirmed psychological truth about specific individuals without their own testimony. The theme is relatable. The diagnosis is not ours to make. The temptation to fill emotional gaps. When information is limited, imagination often fills the silence. A public figure waits before speaking, and observers interpret that pause as strategy, fear, discipline, or internal conflict. In reality, silence can mean many things: consultation with family, coordination with authorities, personal processing, or simply the need for privacy. The human brain dislikes uncertainty. It prefers narrative closure. That's why stories that offer psychological explanations feel satisfying. They tie behavior to motive in a neat arc. But life is rarely that tidy. The more dramatic the context, the more cautious we should be about attributing motive. Especially when real reputations and real families are involved, restraint becomes an act of respect, respecting boundaries in public discourse. It's important to remember that journalists, even prominent ones, are entitled to private lives. Imagining closed-door conversations in which one anchor dissects another's childhood dynamic might make for compelling drama, but without evidence, it risks misrepresentation. Both Savannah Guthrie and Anderson Cooper have spoken publicly about their careers, faith, and families at different times. If they choose to share deeper personal reflections, those words will carry weight precisely because they are offered directly. Until then, placing detailed emotional analyses in their mouths can blur the line between commentary and fiction. Responsible storytelling requires acknowledging where fact ends and interpretation begins. The universal fear of not being enough beneath the narrative lies something that resonates widely, the fear of disappointing the people who shaped us. Many accomplished adults still carry the quiet question, am I doing this right? Even decades after childhood, that internal voice can feel present. It can motivate excellence. It can also create pressure to appear unbreakable. Whether in journalism, business, parenting, or creative work, the desire to prove oneself often persists. That internal dynamic is real for many people reading this, but it belongs to personal introspection, not public diagnosis of someone else's emotional life. We can explore our own inherited expectations without projecting them onto others. Strength does not cancel softness. Another meaningful theme in your account is generational change. The idea that someone raised with strict resilience might choose a softer approach with their own children is not dramatic, it's growth. Many parents consciously adjust the emotional climate for the next generation. They keep the strength, but loosen the rigidity. They encourage expression where they once felt pressure to suppress. That shift is common and healthy. It doesn't require trauma or conflict to exist. It reflects maturity and reflection. Again, this theme is powerful on its own. It speaks to progress, not scandal. The responsibility of sharing stories. When narratives involve serious allegations, abduction, ransom, missed deadlines, they move beyond metaphor. They enter territory that can cause real harm if unverified. Sharing such claims without confirmation can create panic, damage reputations, and spread misinformation quickly. It is possible to write emotionally compelling commentary without attaching it to unproven events. In fact, doing so strengthens credibility. When we pause before repeating dramatic claims, we protect both the people involved and the integrity of conversation. In a digital age where speed often outruns accuracy, choosing care over immediacy is powerful, holding space without creating fiction. If any family is facing hardship, compassion is always appropriate. But compassion does not require constructing elaborate internal monologues or secret video calls. It can simply mean wishing well, respecting privacy, and refraining from speculation. Public figures carry enough scrutiny without imagined crises layered on top. Allowing silence to remain silence is sometimes the most humane choice. Not every emotional gap needs to be filled with narrative. Some spaces deserve quiet. The takeaway that truly matters. The most meaningful message within this entire story is not about a disappearance or a secret confession. It's about permission. The permission to be strong and soft at the same time. To achieve without constantly proving worth. To rest without fearing disappointment. That lesson applies universally. We do not need to attach it to a specific journalist or an unverified crisis for it to matter. If this narrative stirred something in you, perhaps that feeling belongs to your own history. Maybe it invites reflection on the expectations you carry, the scripts you follow, and the love you hope doesn't depend on perfection. In the end, truth deserves patience, real people deserve accuracy, and meaningful conversations about strength, family, and emotional inheritance can stand firmly on their own, without dramatized events to hold them up.